What's up, everybody? I'm DJ Rocket and this is Travel America. Today we come to you from the heart and capital of the majestic state of Missouri. Once named by Rand McNally as the most beautiful small town in America, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jefferson City.
50 cities, so I'll keep it moving swiftly. It's a journey, oh my friend, are you with me? It's great fun, we'll have laughs, we'll feel giddy. We'll go town by town, then city by city. Let's travel America. Let's travel America.
Who is Marceline's elementary school named after? A. Roy Disney. B. Mickey Mouse. C. Marceline. D. Walt Disney. Stay tuned till the end of the episode to find out the answer.
The year 1920. No gas stations, no road signs, a few paved roads, and a lot of muddy ones. 12 motorists, 12 national parks, 76 days and 5,000 miles.
You don't know how it's going to turn out. You come back with stories. It's an adventure.
Join us for the epic adventure, Paving the Way, the National Park to Park Highway.
Nestled along the Missouri River and located in central Missouri, Jefferson City proves to be a wonderful place to visit. Not only because of its historical significance, but also because of the scenery. You can spend a considerable amount of time out here, just enjoying the great outdoors. In June of 1804, Lewis and Clark and the rest of their team would set up camp right here in Jefferson City, traveling along the Missouri River, exploring for the Louisiana Purchase. And next, we head to the State Capitol building. We are now standing in the Missouri State Capitol. Well, technically it's the third state capitol. The first two tragically burned down in fires. Inside the state capitol, you can find the Missouri State Museum, housing a very impressive collection of exhibits that guide you through the state's natural and cultural history. 1821 is the year that Jefferson City was announced to be the state's capital, although it wasn't until 1839 when the city itself would become incorporated. So until then, St. Charles, Missouri served as the state's capital until things here in Jefferson City were ready. Now, the city of Jefferson City was actually named after Thomas Jefferson, and the city itself was laid out by the son of Daniel Boone, Daniel Morgan Boone. When you find yourself exploring Marceline, Missouri, and its community of about 2,200 people, you find the residents to be kind and compassionate, and the place itself to be quite charming. As you make your way down Kansas Avenue, you see a lot of boutiques and florists and cafes kind of sprung out all over the place. Really, it's a humble feel, although there's something special in the air. Maybe it's the ambiance. One could say there's something magical about this place. And once you spend enough time here in Marceline, you will soon hear about the most famous resident, a man who would go on and share his gifts with the world, a creator whose work you may very well already be familiar with. His name, Walt Disney. When the Disneys first arrived to Marceline, they hopped off of a train right here. And as they stepped off, they took in their first impression of the city of Marceline, a city that would greatly influence the career of Walt. And what used to be the train depot is now the Walt Disney Hometown Museum. Let's go check it out and see what we find. Okay, this museum has such a wonderful and almost magical feel to it. Can you tell me just a little bit about how it started?
Well, it started of a promise. Walt Disney's little sister Ruth was a friend of mine most of my adult life, and I used to go visit her. And on one of the visits, she said, "I want you to have my stuff." I go, "What stuff are we talking about?" And she said, "Well, just come back." Well, she passed away. Then her only son Ted called me and said, "You know, Mom wants you to have her stuff." So I flew out to Oregon and ended up with 3,000 articles. And I had promised Ruth, she wanted the story of her family told in Marceline because it was an important part of their family story. So this is all here because of a promise to Ruth and a wish that Walt had before he passed away to do something in Marceline.
Wow. Do you remember the day that the museum opened?
I do. It was a celebration in 2001, the 100th anniversary of Walt Disney's birth.
Wow.
So we opened pretty rough, and we were only going to be open for 3 days for this celebration we were doing. After we closed, people started contacting us and say, we like it just the way it is. You got it open. So we've been open since 2001.
So Kay, can you tell us a little bit about this Disneyland flag?
Yes, it was a gift from Walt Disney. In 1960, Walt came back to dedicate the Walt Disney Elementary School here in Marceline. And prior to the dedication, he had sent a Disney artist from California to do the murals on the interior of the school, which are all still there today. So at the dedication, he presented this flag from Disneyland. It had flown over Sleeping Beauty's castle. And I loved what he said. He said, you know, I'm not a funny guy. I'm just a farm boy from Missouri who hides behind a mouse and a duck.
Wow. And this is where Walt would come out and explore and play like a child. It's beautiful, it's peaceful, and most importantly, it's quiet. The perfect place for young Walt to develop his imagination and to just enjoy what it's like to be a kid. Now, Kay, I'm very curious. The impact that Walt Disney made on the world. Can you tell me a little bit on the impact that he made here in Marceline?
It's really interesting because when you have somebody like Walt Disney that said more things of importance happened to me in Marceline that have happened since or likely to in the future.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a statement about your hometown. And when he designed Disneyland, he made the decision that everybody that walks into that park has to walk down Main Street in Marceline. He wanted everybody to experience what he had as a child.
For Disney fans out there that love Disney and the brand and Walt Disney, they don't necessarily know about the story of Marceline, what's one thing that you think that they should know?
I think that they should know that who Walt Disney was because of the years he spent in Marceline. There was a sense of community here that he never felt again and kept trying to recreate. And the support he received from neighbors and from his family here never happened to him again the rest of his life. He got to be a kid here. He left Marceline and he went to work.
Can you tell us a little bit throughout the year the kind of different events that the community comes together for?
Sure, you know, we're a little town. 2,233 good and talented people. But we do have a lot of celebrations here. Let's see, the next one coming up, big celebration will be the 4th of July. And that lasts for 10 days. Then after that is one in Art Stroll. It's in August. And we'll have 40 to 50 plein air painters here painting in Marceline. Then it is Toon Fest, which is a cartooning festival we hold here every year. This is actually our 20th anniversary.
Wow,
yes,
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And we always have 4 to 5 headliners that we've had everybody from Mort Walker, the late Mort Walker, Beetle Bailey, to Pete Docter from Pixar.
Knowing how amazing the story of Marceline has been, what do you see for the future of this great city?
We have so many people coming here that want to share in this story. They get us, they want to help, and it's this spirit, and it's all the new people that are coming in that are going, this is pretty cool. We want to make this happen. So our town is kind of on an upswing right now. And it's, of course, the Disney connection, because everybody loves it. But it's really Marceline. It's really the town.
Marceline.
Marceline.
Don't get me wrong, I love the big cities, the hustle, the bustle, the excitement. But there's something about being in the great outdoors that I just love. With it being the cave state and all, I think it's about time we shot somewhere with a little bit more scenery. My name is DJ Rocket, coming to you from the Rockbridge Memorial State Park. You know, one of my favorite things about this park is all the different variety of activities that you can do here. From hiking to biking, there are horse trails, there's a lot of nature out here that you can study the ecological systems and really explore. Right now we are standing in one of the caves, and around me there's an interconnected system of water. I don't even know how long this body of water is, but I know that it extends through most of the park. And it's really cold down here. There's a nice breeze. It feels pretty good in here, I'm not gonna lie. I could be hanging out here in the hottest of summer days and probably be just fine. One thing I did not realize about this cave in particular is just how big it is. If I were to keep walking down here, I could go on and on. However, there's no light down there, so I'm not gonna attempt that. And we made it. They don't teach you how to navigate caves in school like they used to, but we made it. We believe that everybody should get out there and explore the wild in this wonderful country of ours. Visit our website at TravelAmericaTV.com and go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can see when every and each episode comes out. And of course, share with your friends or family. Because every cave has a story, and we believe that each story deserves to be told. Together, as we travel America.
Who is Marceline's elementary school named after? The answer is D, Walt Disney. If you were watching closely, Marceline's elementary school is named after Walt Disney himself. When he attended, it was known as Park Elementary. In 1960, a new school was constructed and named after the famous alum,